What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about Hawkeye. And why are we talking about Hawkeye? We are going to talk about Hawkeye because he's such a clutch character. He's one of those characters that you might not give value early on. It's not like face value, the benefits that it brings to your account and to your gameplay, but this guy is huge, and we are especially talking about this because thanks to Oro, which is a great guy that you can find on my Discord, great conversations with him, likes to talk about different strategies and things like this, the kind of stuff that I like to talk about, right? And we talk many times about these different strategies, trying different characters on the raids, on Dark Dimension and so on. And he told to me that he tried out Hawkeye on the skill node, and this was before anyone else was talking about it, and he had great success. And since then he talked and he mentioned this to other people, and now we have multiple content creators talking about this situation, and I'm also going to address it, give my own take, what I think you should do with Hawkeye. Should you invest on this character or not? And if you decide to invest, and we're going to also talk about which level of investment this character requires, and what can you do with this character, where can you use him, and where you're going to see all the value that Hawkeye can bring to you. So as always, if you like the information on this video, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button. Okay, let's get started. Smash that like button like the slow snow plower running through Hawkeye. Okay, anyway, let's move on and talk about Hawkeye. So Hawkeye is a great character because he's very fast. That's one of the reasons. He's extremely fast. He's at 131 speed, but in terms of the stats are a little bit outdated. The armor is kind of low, the HP is extremely low. He has like 30% of what new characters have, so that's very small. But the focus was always very good on Hawkeye. So those are the values that you have in terms of base stats. Then when you take a look at the abilities, the special ability has full cooldown at the start of a match, and you can turn rewind the enemies by 20%. The ability is unavoidable, and it also clears positive effects from the enemies. So with this ability you are getting huge value out of Hawkeye. Then we have his ultimate. It doesn't start full, but it only requires 1 energy in order for you to use it, and it is going to guarantee the apply blind to 1 character, and you can also apply slow to all characters, and then you have a 50% chance of applying blind to additional characters. This works way better than the Thor ultimate, where he also has 50% chance of applying stuns and never works. Well, with this guy it actually works, and it's quite amazing. Then we have his passive. With his passive he's going to attack characters in stealth, and is going to also give damage to them, and it also has additional focus. So you can see that he has multiple utilities that you can benefit of, even exploit against certain matchups. In the past, some people used Hawkeye with the X Factor to make the X Factor super fast. Sometimes use Hawkeye with Captain America to do all these control effects that he has, like turn rewind, blinds, and so on. And even with Weapon X, you could even use Hawkeye with Weapon X. And this is why Hawkeye is on my tier list. When you go to my tier list, there is this section right here. Characters that are useful at tier 12, and that are also very useful for PvP, but this is mostly for advanced players. You have to know exactly what you are doing with the game in order to use these characters to their maximum extent and to the maximum possibilities they can exploit and be advantage to your gameplay. So this is why we have this special tier of characters. So When it comes to Hawkeye and his usefulness right now in raids, on the skill rates, on Doom 3.5, the maximum difficulty, the skill nodes are probably the hardest nodes because there is so much burst damage early on. And because Hawkeye is such a fast character, and because he has a special available turn 1, you are able to turn rewind the enemies, remove their positive effects, and also make sure that your team goes first before they go. And that's going to be huge because it will allow you to one-shot the second skill node that a lot of people have problems with fairly easy. But for this to happen, you need to have all the cooldowns, or at least you need to have most of the cooldowns on Captain Sam. And without those cooldowns, you might not have such an easy time. Okay, so now with this in mind, you guys let me know. Are you going to invest on Hawkeye now that you know that he is useful on different situations? The game modes where I like to use Hawkeye is the Scourge. For War Scourge, Hawkeye makes the Nodes 5 extremely easy. On other Scourges is also useful. Then on Avengers Tower is also extremely useful depending on which teams you are facing, because once again it goes faster than anyone else. Then you have Cosmic Crucible, where is also extremely useful because you can turn and wind the enemies, apply blind to them, and with this new meta that is coming to Cosmic Crucible, he might be once again very played character. And now we have the raid situation. So as you can see, there are multiple game modes, some of them quite competitive like Cosmic Crucible and even Alliance Wars, where you can use this character on offense to take huge advantage of him. So is this something that is good enough for you to invest? Let me know in the comments below what you think about that. Okay, so now that you decided to invest on Hawkeye, now that your Hawkeye is ready to go, let's talk about how much gear do I actually need on him. You actually don't need a lot of gear. We are going to take a look at a few situations and different content creators that use Hawkeye on the skill nodes to different levels of success and the different investments that they have on him. In my opinion, all the investment that you need for him is gear tier 14 and level 75. Beyond that, you don't need more investment. The Isolate Blue, you can take him to level 3, that's fine. I think at this point in time, the Isolate Blue is available enough that you can invest on characters like Hawkeye. My favorite isolates for Hawkeye is going to be the Skirmisher, the Raider, and also the Fortifier. Depending on which team you are using him together, those different isolates will bring you more value. In terms of the T4s, as you can see, none of the T4s are really important. So yeah, for Hawkeye, very low investment, level 75, gear T14, isolate blue level 3, and you are good to go. He is going to bring huge value to your gameplay. But once again, this is more for advanced players. If you are a new player, if you are within your 6 months or so of Marvel Strike Force, it's not something that you have to prioritize. It's just something that is nice to have. And once again, this is why it's done on this useful PvP part of my tier list, which you can find on my Discord. Link will be in the description. Okay, so now let's take a look at the different situations that we have in terms of gameplay and the different experiences that different content creators had. So originally it was from Oro, and Oro showed to me, I think in this video the Captain America died, or Captain Sam died, and that's something that happens if you don't have all the cooldowns ready with your Captain Sam, and if you don't use them on the right order, then you're not going to be as successful as the video I'm going to show you. So this is something that you have to keep in mind. Then when you take a look, for example, we have duarktikhq here, where he tried to use Hawkeye for the skill nodes, and as you can see, his Kestrel died, his Captain Sam died, and in my opinion, that's not very successful. He's still facing 4 enemies, so there is still a chance that he's going to lose more characters. So once again, this all comes down on how you use your cooldowns. It's not about Hawkeye, it's about how you use the cooldowns of the other characters. So we have one successful match with Horo, we have one unsuccessful match with duarktikhq. Then we have this with Mobile Gamer, where he tried to do the same thing using Hawkeye in order to beat the skill nodes, and as you can see, he was not able to do it. He did actually worse than duarktikhq, and that's another content creator that failed using this strategy. Let's move on to the next player. Now we have Remanex that also tried to use the same strategy, but you can see right here that some of his characters already died. Captain Sam is gone, Shang-Chi is also gone, and Castle is gonna die soon. Sharon Carter is also going to die soon. So as you can see, this is not something that you can do properly if you don't have the right cooldowns, or if you are using the wrong kill order or something like that. This is why the videos like guides with kill orders are so important, because if you are not killing the characters in the right way, this strategy that works all the time for some players will not work any times for other players. Kill orders is very important in Marvel Strike Force. This is a strategy game, and if you use the wrong strategy, you are not going to be successful. Okay, so let's go back to some positive notes. We have Pathfinder Gaming. He used exactly the same team, but he played on a different way, and as you can see, he was way more successful. Most of his characters are alive. He only has multiple men as the last enemy standing, and he has the entire team, and all of them are at a decent health level. So once again, as you can see, depending on the cooldowns you have, depending on the characters you attack first, depending on how you prioritize the enemies, how you prioritize your cooldowns, and how you use them, you might have very different results. So now I'm gonna show you my gameplay and see how I do exactly this in order for you to be able to one-shot the second node of the skill rates every time with Hawkeye. And just before we go there, once again, with Pathfinder Gaming, he said that he tried this strategy 3 times and it always worked for him. So once again, it really depends if you are executing the strategy properly or not. Okay, so let's take a look at my gameplay and see how Hawkeye performs. This is the position of the characters I'm using. I have all cooldowns available on my characters. So let's see exactly what's the kill order that you have to follow in order to be successful with this strategy. Once again, you need to have all cooldowns available, or at least most of the cooldowns available. Okay, so with the Hawkeye, you're gonna focus on that anti-venom, and you are going to turn rewind him, Morbius, and also Silver Samurai. If Nick Fury gets any buffs, it's not gonna really matter because you are going to remove them. With Kestrel, you want to use her special and apply negative effects to all of those 4 characters in the middle, and then you want to use the ultimate of Captain Sam. With Oro, and I think also Pathfinder, they use the special first, but the ultimate is just way better, because you get 60% from using the ultimate of Captain Sam, and then you turn rewind the enemies by 10% with Shang-Chi, and you also turn rewind the enemies with Hawkeye by 20%. So you have a 90% turn advantage over your enemies. So after that, you want to go and, let me think, or you have to slow down, let's see. No, you're gonna tap Silver Samurai twice, and you'll be able to finish Morbius and also put Silver Samurai very low. At this point in time, you want to apply defense down to Wolverine or to Carnage, one of those on the side, so you can just pull them down and get some defense downs on the field. You want to put as many defense downs on the field as possible, and that's why you have to attack characters on different sides. After that, with Hawkeye Ultimate, thanks to all that 90% turn advantage, you are going to apply blind to Ghost Rider, and after that you are safe to kill whichever character you want. On top of that, thanks to once again that 90% turn advantage, you are going to be able to apply slow to all your enemies, and that's going to be huge because they are going to take 50% longer to take their turn. With Sharon Carter, you're going to use the special, you're going to apply defense down to as many characters as possible, so once again, you can just destroy your enemies as fast as you can. And when you destroy the priority targets, And these ones are going to be Ghost Rider, Deadpool, and Carnage. After you destroy those priority targets, you can start playing the node a little bit slower, because you need to replenish that energy on Sharon Carter's special and also on Kestrel's special and ultimate. So after I apply all those defense downs to multiple characters on the left side and also on the right side of the enemy field, you're just gonna tap the characters with the defense down and rush those priority targets. So you can see I destroyed Carnage, now I destroyed Deadpool. After I'm going to destroy Ghost Rider, and after you're done with Ghost Rider, you don't have much to worry about. With Wolverine, because he's kind of slow, you can just double tap him and you are going to turn rewind him by 50%, so that's going to give you a huge turn advantage. And at this point, like, just play it slowly, try to get some minions on the field from multiple mana, and then use those minions to get your cooldowns back. Remember that you don't have to end up the node with full cooldowns. You can have 3 out of 4 energy, because when you start the next node, you are going to have 4 out of 4 energy, so don't worry too much about that. Okay, so as you can see, I ended up the node with almost full health on all my characters, and this is why it's so important for you to have your cooldowns available, so you can do the strategy properly and attack the right characters with your abilities. As a final note, I still use Mary Hill for node number 1 and the boss node, even that some people also like to use Kingpin or Zemo or Red Guardian on the first node. I don't really like that strategy. I just prefer Mary Hill, because she allows me to have the survivability to play the node very slowly and be able to refresh my cooldowns. But that's my take on Hawkeye and his the skill nodes, the utility he provides. Are you guys convinced? Are you guys going to gear up Hawkeye now? Let me know in the comments below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Once again, shout out to Oro from the Sync 1 Alliance. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it, and if you found information helpful, make sure you guys share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Side Force content, and I will catch you guys later.